In the heart of 1980s India, a time when tradition and law often stood on opposite sides of a vast, unbridgeable chasm, a story emerged that didn't just capture attention, it seized the conscience of a nation. This isn't just a movie review or a historical recap. This is about Hack, a film that portrays more than just a legal drama. It's a battle cry for justice that still echoes today. Let's travel back to that era. Imagine a world where societal norms felt as unchangeable as the stars in the sky. Here, we meet Shazia Bano. She's not a revolutionary or a politician. She's a devoted wife and a loving mother. Her life revolves around her husband, Abbas Khan, and their children. Her world is simple, built on love, trust, and the quiet rhythm of family life. But one day, that world shatters into a million pieces. Abbas Khan, her husband, decides to take a second wife. It's a devastating blow, but Shazia, clinging to the promises he makes, tries to find a way forward. He assures her that he will continue to support her and their children. He promises that nothing will change, that they will be cared for. But promises, as Shazia soon discovers, can be as fragile as glass. The financial support he promised starts to dwindle. First, it's late. Then, it's less than what was agreed. Soon, the money stops coming altogether. The man who was once her provider and protector has turned his back not just on her, but on his own children. Shazia is left in a desperate situation. The food in the pantry is running out. The children's needs are growing, and the future looks like a dark, terrifying void. She is now standing at a crossroads, a choice that will define the rest of her life. She can accept her fate, as so many women in her position were expected to do. She could retreat into the shadows, live a life of quiet desperation, dependent on the charity of relatives, her voice silenced forever. Or she can fight back. Think about the sheer courage that decision requires. She has nothing. No money, no powerful connections, just her unwavering dignity and the burning desire to secure a future for her children. With this resolve, she does something almost unthinkable for a woman in her position at that time. She walks into a courtroom. This courtroom isn't a neutral ground. It's a space that feels designed by men, for men. The laws are interpreted through a lens of tradition and patriarchy. Every glance, every question, seems designed to make her feel small, to remind her of her place. Her struggle, which began as a private, heartbreaking family matter, is about to explode onto the national stage. This isn't just Shazia versus Abbas anymore. It becomes a confrontation with centuries of tradition, a questioning of deeply held beliefs about faith, and a direct challenge to the very laws that were supposed to protect all citizens, but often failed the most vulnerable. Her husband, Abbas, seeing his authority challenged, retaliates with a weapon he believes will crush her spirit completely. He utters the triple talaq, 3 words that, in his mind, sever all ties and erase all his responsibilities. He expects this to be the end of her fight, the final blow that will send her crawling back into obscurity. He thinks he can just discard her like an old piece of furniture. But he gravely miscalculates. He doesn't understand the strength he has unknowingly forged in her. Instead of breaking her, his actions ignite a fire. Shazi's quiet plea for support transforms into a roaring demand for justice. This is no longer just about getting maintenance money. This is a fight for her her right. Her right to be seen, to be heard, and to be treated with dignity. Her case moves through the courts, attracting media attention and sparking fierce debates across the country. She stands before judges, facing down lawyers who try to twist her words and discredit her motives. She stands before critics who label her as a troublemaker, a woman who is defying her culture and her faith. She stands before an entire nation, a symbol of defiance, and through it all, she remains unbowed. Her story transcends her personal circumstances. It stops being just about Shazia Bano. It becomes the story of every woman who has ever been told she is less than. Every woman who has been silenced, ignored, or cast aside. every woman who has been forced to choose between her dignity and her survival. Her personal battle becomes a public revolution, inspiring countless others to question their own circumstances and to believe that they, too, have a right to demand more. Shazia's journey, as depicted in Hack, forces us to ask ourselves profound questions. What is the true meaning of justice? Where is the line between tradition and human rights? And what does it take for one ordinary person, armed with nothing but courage and conviction, to challenge the system and change the world? This film is a powerful reminder that history is not just made by generals and kings, but by ordinary people who refuse to accept injustice. Shazia Bano's fight for her hack was not just for a few rupees of maintenance. It was a fight for the soul of a society. It was a declaration that a woman's worth is not defined by her relationship to a man, but by her inherent humanity. Her legacy is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to rise, to resist, and to reclaim its rights. Her story became the story of every woman who ever dared to demand her hack, her rightful place in the world. And it's a story that continues to resonate, reminding us that the fight for true equality is far from over. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into stories that matter, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. See you in the next video.